It's a completely voluntary group that I set up, and so there's no, I suppose, connections to organisations or connections to sponsors or anything like that. It's just a really lovely grassroots community group that I encourage everyone to join. You'll love it.
And you've been giving some tips today about people who are looking for jobs, right? But you have this network for recruiters already. So I guess maybe in all of your experience or now this networking platform that you've created, what are the best ways for recruiters to continuously improve their careers, develop, change, especially now? We didn't talk about it too much today, but there's a lot of new technology in the recruitment world as well. So what are your tips for recruiters just to keep up with everything and keep on the ball?
Jeez, that's a big question, Jade.
All right.
It's a really big question. I think, we need to, if we're not already, we need to embrace AI and get rid of a lot of our administrative tasks. We're coming into a world, I think people are frightened of this AI world that, it's going to take away the work that we do, right? And I think we need to look at this in a different way. We need to elevate our human skills, and we need to automate and embrace AI to do our administrative. Now, what that means is that, like I described, I can have deeper conversations with human beings in terms of why they want to come to Movember and why they want to make a difference in the world. And it means that I can be doing less of the screening through CVs and sending individual emails and all of that kind of stuff, right? I can interview now and I can get that all transcribed, so I don't need to spend half an hour after an interview summarising my notes and presenting that back to the hiring manager, right? Like I can get all of that done, which means that when I'm having those conversations, I can go really, really deep into the connection and the purpose. So I think what we need to focus on is elevating those human skills, and what could I be doing more to connect more with people? How can I have more interaction with people? How can I really look at talent from a global mindset as well? Because we are operating in a different environment. We don't need to be so narrow in terms of where we get talent from, because it was hard to be able to connect with people all over the world and look at opportunities. If you're in a role like mine, you would quite often have someone on the field that was doing that. But now that we can automate so much, we can actually really have that end-to-end total talent management, where we're not just focused on one region. We can look at an organization as a whole. So I think there's so much more we're going to be able to do as technology advances and as we embrace AI more. And the power of the person in HR and the power of the conversation is just going to get stronger and stronger. And I think that's a really positive thing for our industry. And I'm already feeling the benefits of that now. So who knows where we'll be in a couple of years, right? We need to remember that.
Everything is so rapidly changing. And to wrap up our conversation with you today, I always love to end with a little piece of advice for future job seekers out there. We know the industries, as I mentioned earlier, are kind of all over the place in the job world. So what is one major tip you could give to those looking for jobs right now to survive and land that role?
So I've got a controversial one. So there might be some recruiters that
Ooh.
actually go, "Oh, what are you on about, Eden?" I'm feeling the rebirth of the cover letter versus the CV.